In today's video, we discuss 10 hidden and potentially dangerous signs someone secretly hates you and how to see through their mask. Have you ever felt something shift in the air the moment you walked into a room? The smiles stiffen, the energy drops. People look, but quickly look away. No words are spoken, but your gut whispers the truth. You're not welcome. Not really. Not entirely. What if I told you that behind those polite faces and carefully measured words, there might be something darker? A secret bitterness, a quiet resentment, a shadow that only your intuition can detect. Today, I'm going to walk you through 10 subtle but unmistakable signs that someone close to you may secretly resent you. Signs you've probably sensed but couldn't explain. And sign number 10, it might just change the way you see people forever. Let's begin. Sign number 1. Overpraise that feels off, the compliment with teeth. You just did something amazing, got a new job, launched a project, hit a milestone, and they clap, smile, say all the right things. But something's wrong. Their praise feels exaggerated, almost theatrical, like they're overcompensating. You hear, "Wow, you're killing it. You're so amazing. I could never do what you do." But you feel sarcasm cloaked in support. Why does it sting? Because overpraise, when it's not genuine, is just resentment in a tuxedo. It wants to appear elegant, but it's still envy underneath. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist persists." And when people resist their jealousy, it leaks through exaggerated flattery. Pay attention. Real praise feels warm. Fake praise feels sticky. Sign number 2, hyper support when you're struggling, the savior complex. Ironically, some people show the most love when you're at your lowest. They're always there during your failure, your heartbreak, your mess. But when things start looking up, they vanish, or worse, get cold. Why? Because your brokenness made them feel strong, your pain made them feel needed, but your healing, your rising, it threatens the balance. This is the kind of support that's not about love, it's about control. They liked you better when you were easier to manage. Jung called this the inferiority projection. They don't want you to rise because your growth highlights their own emotional stagnation. Sign number 3, sarcasm disguised as humor. They laugh with you, but you never quite feel safe around their jokes. That friend who always teases you about your dreams. The coworker who always has a sarcastic comment when you share an idea. At first it seems playful, until the jokes get sharper and the topics strangely personal. You tell them it hurts, they say, "Relax, don't be so sensitive, it's just a joke," but it's not. It's contempt wearing comedy's mask. Sign number 4, subtle sabotage. Sometimes they forget to pass along an important message, or, they leave out a key detail that would have really helped you. Maybe they accidentally mislead you just when you're about to make a big move. Maybe they forget to pass on an opportunity, or they give you the wrong time for an event. Maybe they offer advice that seems off. Then later say, "I was only trying to help." This isn't random, it's covert sabotage. It happens when your progress threatens someone else's comfort zone. And rather than admit they're jealous, they'll chip away at your momentum in small, deniable ways. These aren't mistakes, they're micro-attacks. And when the timing is always too perfect to be a coincidence, trust your gut. Some people would rather slow you down than step up themselves. One time? Maybe that's just human error. But if it's always during your moments of growth or opportunity, that's not forgetfulness. That's quiet sabotage. It's honestly the unconscious way insecure people try to pull you down without getting their hands dirty. They won't push you off the ladder, just move the rungs when you're climbing. Sign number 5, silent competition. Ever share good news with someone and they immediately follow up with their own, like, "You got promoted," they just got invited to something exclusive, or maybe you finally finished your degree, and they casually mention they're thinking about starting a PhD. Every conversation becomes a contest. You're not talking, you're tallying. They're not happy for you. They're measuring themselves against you because your win feels like their loss. Not because it is, but because they've made it that way. Sign number 6, support that's hollow or absent. They're always busy or tired, or would have come if I knew sooner. They don't clap for you, don't show up when it matters. Or worse, they show up physically but feel absent emotionally. Their smile? Forced. Their hug? cold. Their congratulations, empty. Jung described this as ego dissociation, people so removed from their own emotional truth that they can't connect with the joy of others. They're not indifferent. They're quietly resenting the fact that it's you, not them, having a moment. Sign number 7, control disguised as caring. You tell them your dream. They say, "Are you sure that's realistic?" You make a decision. They say, "I just want what's best for you." But somehow, their advice always leaves you doubting yourself. This is control in sheep's clothing. They're not trying to guide you. They're trying to cage you. When their love starts to feel like a leash, it's not love. It's fear. Fear that if you truly break free, you'll outgrow them. Sign number 8, gossip when you're not around. You walk into the room and the energy is just, well, different. Eyes flicker, smiles shrink. Silence stretches on for way too long. You just know something was said. Gossip is the weapon of the coward. They don't attack your actions, they attack your character, twisting your words, questioning your intentions, making others suspicious, without ever saying anything direct. Why? Because insecure people can't handle confrontation, so they choose corruption instead. They don't fight you. They taint how others see you. Sign number 9, resentment toward your success. You're doing well. You should be able to share it with the people closest to you, right? But instead of joy, you get silence, or worse, indifference. You send good news and they reply, cool, or nice. And then change the subject, because your success isn't just a win, it's a mirror. And in that mirror, they see everything they didn't pursue, didn't finish, didn't believe in. So rather than clap, they retreat. Not because you changed, but because your change reminded them they didn't. Sign number 10, the body betrays the truth. Words can lie, but the body? Never. You feel it. The way their shoulders tense when you talk about your dream, how their smile fades the moment you look away, the way their arms cross, their tone flattens, their eyes look through you, not at you. You're not imagining it. That's your intuition, your primal warning system. Long before we had words, we had instincts, and your instincts are screaming, this person's energy doesn't match their words. When you feel a disconnect between what someone says and how they say it, believe the body. It never lies. Bonus. So what do you do when you see these signs? You don't need to fight. You don't need to argue. You don't even need to explain. You just need to protect your peace. Because peace is expensive, and you've been giving it away to people who never paid for it. It's time to stop shrinking to fit fragile egos. Stop pouring your light into people who keep handing you shadows. Some people are in your circle, but not in your corner. Let them go, not with anger, but with clarity. Because when you stop trying to win over those who secretly resent you, you win something bigger, yourself. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs these words. Drop a comment. Which sign hit you the hardest? Which one exposed a truth you've been avoiding? And if you're ready for deeper, rawer, unfiltered truths about human behavior and self-mastery, subscribe. Because this was just the beginning. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself and see you in the next video.